Hello, teachers. I want to show you about a prompting technique that I just learned about. It's called an analogy prompt with an audience in mind. It's a technique I learned from Dr. Jules White and Dr. Barbara Oakley. I took one of those Coursera courses, Accelerating Learning with ChatGPT, and actually I learned quite a bit. I'm excited to share it with you. I think you're going to like this prompt because it builds on what we already know about how students learn. We want to connect new learning with something that students are familiar with and that they know well, and analogies are the perfect tool for that, and AI can be super helpful in helping us create them. So let's take a look at how this works. Okay, teachers, let's try this out on ourselves. Let's think of something that we're learning about. Well, we're all learning about AI, and one tricky thing that we might have trouble understanding is what's the difference between a search engine and a large language model like ChatGPT? So if we come over to ChatGPT, we can simply ask or prompt, explain the, the difference between a search engine and Chat GPT. Now, we could certainly leave it there, but what we'd like to do is ask ChatGPT to explain this to an elementary school teacher using analogies that relate to an educator's experience. And I'd also like to refine this a little bit by saying keep it simple and straightforward. Now, what I've done here is I have given the task, explain whatever it is we want to learn about, in this case, comparing a search engine and ChatGPT. And I'm also telling the audience, so I'm defining the audience. In this case, it's elementary school teachers. I could have put fifth graders. I could have put a room full of superintendents, whoever the audience is. And then I'm asking ChatGPT to connect the analogy to something that educators could relate to. And again, I didn't wordsmith this. If you wanted to wordsmith it, you could just put wordsmith this prompt, but I'm just putting this in and hoping that ChatGPT will come up with something clever. So let's see what it says. It says, think of a search engine like a library catalog. Well, certainly educators are familiar with libraries, so we can see that it's already connected to the audience. When you type in a question, it quickly finds books, articles, or websites that might have the answer. It doesn't create new information, it just helps you find what already exists. So that's what a search engine does. Now, think of ChatGPT like a helpful teacher's assistant who listens to your questions and gives you an explanation in a way that makes sense. Instead of just pointing you to books or articles, it summarizes, explains, or even rewords things to help you understand better. Okay, so that's definitely something that I can relate to and that I understand. So I hope that that was helpful to you. I would challenge you to try and teach yourself something new using this prompt pattern. Define what you want to learn, explain who the audience is, and then ask it to create analogies with something that you're interested in. So if you're interested in baking or gardening or sports or whatever, cars, whatever it is you're interested in, and see what kind of analogy it comes up with. I think that we all know when you can link what you're learning to something that you already know, it makes it much easier to retain the information. So that's the first challenge that I offer you. And the second one is think about how you can use this in the classroom with your students. And put your thoughts in the comments below, because really we're here to learn from one another. This is all new, exciting territory for us, and we'd love to hear how you're using it in the classroom so we can learn, teach, and lead together.